So as you come onto your mat, we're going to be on our backs with padding underneath your head if you want it, or just freestyle. Right, and I just want to let us settle into the mat in body. So you might feel best supported with knees bent or legs long. It could be knees out to the side. All right, but once we establish what feels like the most comfortable leg placement for us, let's all bring our hands out to resting on the body. So hands will come in. They could be on the belly more. They could be up on the chest and the belly. So just feeling that connection with hands to torso. And then letting the eyes soften. They might close completely. Bringing our awareness to our breath in, to our breath out. I want to see if we can focus on feeling the movement of the breath right under our hands, so that when we breathe in, there's a gentle expansion into the hands. Right? And then the exhale moves back down towards the spine, towards the mat. A few times like that. Now, if we're focusing on the movement of the breath under the hands, notice if that shifts how you breathe at all. Right? It might shift where you feel the breath, or it might shift the quality of the breath. So just noticing. Last belly breath here. At the end of your exhale, we'll come back to our natural breath. We'll let the arms release now down by the sides of the body. And if they're not already, we'll bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And we'll line up the heels with the hips and bring the ankles closer to being under the knees. Starting with just a few pelvic tilts here. So it's, again, a small movement. When we exhale, we're going to draw actively now the belly button down to the mat. So I'm diminishing that curve in my lower back. I'm feeling very engaged with those deeper abdominal muscles, right? And then when I breathe in, I'm going to let it release, come back to neutral. So it's a few times like that. And then more active breath here is the exhale, where I draw down and in. Yeah, one more time like that. And at the end of the exhale, we come back to that neutral spine. We're going to keep that neutral spine. And then we're going to lift and lower the hips, just a little bit of a soft flow to the movement here. So we can keep the hands down by the sides of the body, the breath in. We're going to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Right, we're going to exhale. We're going to lower them back down to the mat. So a few times here, trying to keep the thighs in parallel. If you're feeling like you want to add in the arms, we can do that. Breathing in, when we lift the hips, arms come up, right? Maybe all the way overhead, right? You're going to see what feels comfortable. But thinking just really about flow here. So we don't have to really force anything. We're not trying to go to our maximum here. Trying to be more fluid than powerful, if you will. One more time, lifting here, hips up. As we exhale back down, we'll stay with the hips down. With the hips down, we're going to draw the right thigh in towards the belly. Hands could come either around that shin or could come behind that thigh. Snuggle the thigh in a little bit so you feel lengthening in the lower back, and then we're gonna move out through that left foot. So left foot's gonna extend long on the mat. Belly's engaged here. Inhaling, we're gonna take left foot up towards the ceiling, and then we're gonna exhale, we're gonna lower it back down. A few times here. Next time the left leg extends up towards the ceiling, we're going to keep that leg extended. Here's where we can circle out the ankle. We're going to circle out in the other direction. Wiggling the toes, stretching out through the toes. We'll point and flex that foot a few times. Foot's going to draw back. As the foot draws back, we're going to exhale the heel down to just above the mat. We're going to see if we can hover off the mat a few strengthening breaths, just like this. If you want more, you can add on nose to knee, right? Even more arms long by the sides of the body. We'll breathe in one, breathe out, breathe in two, breathe out, breathe in three, and breathe out. Good job. Come back down with the head and shoulders. Both thighs come back in towards the belly. Hands transition out over to the left thigh, drawing that in actively. And then we're going to move out through the right foot. So long right leg, right? Keep pressing out through the ball of the foot so we feel the muscles of the right leg engage. Belly button moves back down towards the mat. And then same cycle, second side. We're going to take right leg up now with the inhale and then lower it back down with the exhale. 2 times moving like you. Try to really focus on utilizing the abdominal muscles here, right? So rather than kicking the leg or using momentum, we're really focusing instead on using our body strength to lift and lower. All right, next time the right leg extends up, we're going to keep the leg extended. Here's where we're going to circle out to the ankle. We'll circle out in the other direction. Wiggling toes, stretching out through the toes. We'll point and flex that foot a few times. All right, drawing that foot back. Here's where we hold the flex. The heel comes down to just above the mat. Again, a few strengthening breaths, just like this. Potentially building it by bringing nose to knee. Even more arms long by the sides of the body. Again for 3. Breathing in. Breathing out 1. Breathing in. Breathing out 2. Breathing in. Breathing out 3. Good job. Coming back down with head and shoulders. Bring both thighs back in. Let the feet reconnect with the mat, but send the outside edges of the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Arms can extend out to the sides just a little bit, right? Palms can be up, and we're just going to let the knees here swing side to side. Letting the knees come back up towards the ceiling. Gently steeple the knees in towards each other. Yeah, pausing here just for a few breaths in stillness.